Hey guys, this is Subhash Mishra, your test coach. Today we will discuss 25 Unix commands which are frequently asked in software testing interviews. I will explain all the commands with real-time examples. Please practice it well before your interview. Do not worry at all if you are very new to Unix. Just go through the complete video and let me know in the comment section if it is helpful for you or you need anything more. I will definitely help you on that. Anyway, let's jump to the first question. So, how to get the current directory? This is a very fundamental question, very basic question people ask. So, let's see how we can do that. Let's go to our terminal. So, here is the terminal where we'll write all our commands. Our question is how to get the current directory. You can answer that. We can use pwd command to get the current directory. Here I wrote pwd. Let's see what it is giving. I just clicked on the enter button. Then we are seeing this is our path. This is our current directory or current folder where we are now. So we are inside the desktop and you can see Unix IQ is the folder which I have created. So we are inside this folder. So this is giving you pwd command is giving you the current directory. Okay. So if someone is asking how to get the current directory, you can tell pwd is the command which we can use and get the current directory. Let's move to the second question. How to create a new directory? So when you are inside a directory and now you have to create a new directory, right? You have to create a new folder basically. Again, these questions are very basic questions. So interviewer can ask you all these questions. So let's see how to create a new directory. You can use the command mkdir, okay, and you can write the folder name. For example, I'm going to create folder 1. Okay, remember it is mkdir. Mk you can think like make, dir is the directory. So make directory, you are making a directory, you are creating a directory, right? So it will be easy to remember for you. So mkdir folder 1, just click on enter, and now let's see whether this folder is created or not. So to get to know that, you can click on or you can write ls. Okay, so here you can see one folder is created. So you have answered it correctly. Mkdir is the command to create a new directory. Okay, let's move to the next question. How to change or navigate to a particular directory, right? So here you saw we are inside the folder Unix IQ, right? Then we want to move to this folder. Then how we will move? How we will navigate to a particular folder or particular directory? So to do that, what you can do? You can use the command cd. Okay, cd stands for change directory. You are changing the directory. Okay, you are changing the directory to folder 1. Okay, so now we move to folder 1. How you will check that? Let's do pwd. Okay, so you know pwd will give you the current directory which we learned in our first question. So now we are inside folder 1. Okay, so you can use cd command to move to the particular directory which you want. Okay, so if someone is asking you how to change or navigate to a particular directory, you can use cd is the command, or you can tell cd is the command to move to the particular directory. Okay, let's move to the next question. How to navigate to home directory? Okay, so you are here now, you are inside folder 1. Okay, you want to move to the home directory. How you will do that? It is simple. You can write cd and the still symbol. Okay, see, we move to our home directory. Let me write pwd. So this is my root directory. So if I want to move to the other directory, again I can use cd and I can move to the other directory. So earlier we are inside this directory, now we are inside this directory. Okay, so directly we moved from this directory to this home directory, and the command we used is cd tilde symbol. Okay, so if someone is asking how to navigate to home directory, you can tell cd tilde symbol is the command. Okay, now let me just move to the proper folder. Okay, then we are here, and let's move to the folder 1. Fine, let's move to our next question. How to move to one level up or directory up? Okay, so we are inside folder 1, we want to go to this unix iq. How you will do that? Again you can use cd command, change directory, double dot will move you one folder up. So let's see that. So now we are inside Unix IQ. How you will know that? Just type pwd. Now you can see we are here, right? So if someone is asking how to move to one level up or directory up, you can tell cd double dot. This is the command you can use. Okay, fine. Let's move to our next question. How to create a new file? Okay, again this is very important, how you will create a new file. So there are multiple commands you can use. You can do viab.txt. So what I am trying to do here, we are inside unix iq folder and I am using vi is the command and ab.txt, this is the txt file I am trying to create, right? So when you will click on enter, here you can enter whatever you want. So here what I'm typing, this is my Unix interview questions, or you can tell these are my Unix interview, something you can write, and you can save. When you want to save, colon wq, then this symbol. Okay, so it will save. So here we created one file ab.txt and we have written some lines or some text inside that. So how can you check that? You can click ls, right? So here you can see ab.txt folder got created, sorry, ab.txt file got created with the content, whatever content inside we wrote, right? So you can do that. You can also use cat command to create a new file. So what you can do, you can write cat and this symbol, then you can write cd.txt. So cd.txt is the file name which I am giving, and then you can enter something. This is one way to create a new file. Okay, then control D, control C. Okay, then let's do ls. So here we can see we created two files now, ab.txt and cd.txt. So there are two ways I told you, one is through vi and one is through cat command. You can create new files, right? Let's move to the next question. How to display the file content? So now we created two files, so how we will know what we have written inside that? So to do that, what you can do, you can write cat then ab.txt. See, this is what we have written, right? These are my unix interview questions. Similarly, if you want to do cat, then cd.txt. So this is one way to create a new file. So this is what we wrote, right? So this is how you can get the content of your file, whatever written inside that file, right? Let's move to the next question. How to join two files, file 1 and file 2, and stores the output in a new file, for example file 3. So here we have created two files, ab.txt and cd.txt. We want to merge these two files. How you will do that? Let's see. So you can use again cat command, cat, then you can give the file name, file 1, right? ab.txt, then file 2. So our file 2 is cd.txt. Then you can give this symbol, greater than symbol, and you can give the file name, for example new file. Okay, so let's see if everything is copied into new file. So to see the content of the new file, what we can do? Cat, then new file, right? See, both the things it is written, right? These are my Unix interview questions, and this is one way to create a new file, right? So this is how you can join two files, right? So let's move to our next question. How to rename a file? Okay, so now here we see we have this many files, right? We want to rename, for example ab.txt file, right? We want to rename this file. How you will able to do that? You can use mv command. So for example you give mv, then the file name which you want to rename, ab.txt, you want to rename to some new name. So for example I will put ab rename dot txt. Okay, let's see. Now I'll do ls. See, this file got renamed ab rename.txt. Earlier it was ab.txt, right? So you can use mv command to rename a file. Okay, let's move to the next question. How to list all files and directories? I have already told you this command, right? You are already using ls is the command to list all the files. So the question is how to list all files. So here you are using ls. ls stands for list. So list all the files, folders, everything. So question here was how to list all files and directories. So you can tell ls is the command which we can use to list all files and the directories, right? Let's move to the next question. How to list files in subdirectories? Okay, so here you can see we have different folder. So what we'll do, we'll create some folders, some files inside this folder 1, then we'll see if it is getting listed or not. So to do that, first what we'll do, we'll move to folder 1 first. So cd is the command, change directory to folder 1. Then we'll create some files here, right? So for example vi subfolder file, I'm giving the file name as subfolder file dot txt. Okay, so here we'll write something. So this is, I'll write, this is a file present inside a subdirectory. Okay, fine, let's save it. This file is saved. Now let's do a ls. So we are inside the folder 1 and we can see this file, right? So if I am and see this pwd, the current directory is folder 1. We'll move one level up. So cd double dot, okay, then again do pwd. Now we are inside unix iq. Now we want to list all the subdirectory. So your question is how to list files in subdirectories. So let's do that. How we'll able to do? What you will do here? You will do ls minus r. Okay, see, so these are the files or folders present inside this particular directory Unix IQ, abrename.txt, cd.txt, then folder 1 and new file. But inside folder 1, just now we created a new file. The name is subfolder file.txt. So that is also getting displayed. So the question was this only, right? How to list files in subdirectories. So you can use ls-r is the command to list all files in the subdirectories, right? Let's move to the next question. How to list hidden files. Okay, sometimes there will be hidden files inside your folder and all. So how you will able to do that, how you will able to list hidden files? So you can use ls minus a. Any, we don't have any hidden files here, but still you can use ls minus a. Okay, one more command, you can always use ls minus ltr, so it will give you the all details like permissions and all, right? So if someone is also asking how to get all the details of a file, you can use ls minus ltr, and when it is created, the date and all. So these files are created today only, so it is giving today's date. Fine. So you can use ls minus ltr command to get all the details. Fine, but if it is only hidden file things, you can use ls minus a, right? ls minus a. Fine, let's move to the next question. How to delete a file? Okay, so here we have multiple files. For example, we want to delete this ab.rename or cd.txt, anything we want to delete. So what you can do, you can use command rm and then file name, for example cd.txt. so rm is stands for remove. Okay, you are removing a file or you are deleting a file, so rm cd.txt. Okay, so the file is deleted. Let's do a ls. See, cd.txt is not present here. Earlier cd.txt was there. Okay, so using rm command and then the file name, we can delete a file. Okay, let's move to the next question. How to remove directory with files? So basically the question here is how you will able to remove a folder, and inside that folder there are few files also present. So how you are going to do that? So here, we have a folder 1. Inside that we have one file also, so we'll try to delete this folder 1. So how you will do that? You can use rm minus rf and then give the folder name. Okay, so rm minus rf is the command to delete a particular folder which has some files. Okay, so let's do it and let's do ls. See, the particular folder got deleted. So you can use rm minus rf command to remove a directory, and if there are some files inside that directory. Okay, let's move to the next question. How to copy a file from one location to a new location? Okay, so we are inside pwd and we are inside Unix IQ. This is the folder, we are here now. And what are the files we have? We have these two files. Let me create one more folder. Mkdir is the command, and for example again I'll create folder 1. Okay, so what we will do, we'll copy a file from one location to a new location, and let me go to this folder 1 first. Okay, and let me copy the, or let me find the directory or path, complete path, right? Current directory path. So this is the complete path. And now let's go back, and we are inside Unix IQ, and here we have these many files. We'll copy this file to inside folder 1. So how you are going to do that? So first use copy cp is the command for copy. Remember, cp is the command to copy. Okay, cp, then give the file name. Okay, then you give the complete folder where you want to paste it. So we want to paste it inside this, right? So I am giving the complete path. Okay, we are inside the Unix IQ. You can also give directly like this. I'll show you how to do that. Also you can give this complete path. Okay, so let's do that. And now let's check whether it is copied inside the folder 1 or not. So how you will do that? You can do ls minus r. See, ab.rename.txt was present inside Unix IQ folder. It also present inside folder 1. I was telling you, right, there is one more way you can copy. So what you can do, you can write cp, and now we'll copy this new file, and then just put dot and slash folder, because we are already inside this folder, this particular location. That's why we are just giving dot then slash and folder 1. Okay, just do this, and now do a ls minus r. So now you can see it got copied inside folder 1. So this is also one way. You are not giving the complete path. So this is how you can copy a file from one location to a new location. Let's move to the next question. How to copy contents of a folder. So in our last question we saw how to copy a file. Here we'll see how to copy contents of a folder. So here we know inside our folder 1 there are two files, abrename.txt and new file, and we'll copy these contents to a new folder. So let me create a new folder, mkdir. For example, this folder name is backup folder, backup folder 1. Okay, so let me create this folder first, and now what we'll do, we'll copy content from folder 1 to here. So you can use the command cp minus r. Okay, then what you want to copy, you want to copy folder 1, and where you want to copy, you want to copy inside backup folder 1, right? Okay, what I need to give here, dot backup folder 1. Okay, now let's see ls minus r. Okay, see, inside the backup folder 1 we have all the details like abrename.txt and new file, right? So this got copied inside backup folder 1. This is how you can copy contents from one folder to another folder. Let's move to the next question. How do you find out all processes that are currently running? Again, this is very important question. You can use ps minus f. This is the command you can use to find all the processes that are running. So here there are very few processes. So just remember, this is the command you need to run to get to know how many processes are running currently in your system. Okay, let's move to the next question. How do you kill a process? So when you know how many processes are running in your system, maybe you need to kill that, right? Because maybe that is unnecessarily running in your system. Maybe you need to kill that. So you can use kill command. Kill minus 9 is the command you can use. So when you will use ps minus ef command, you will get list of all processes, and then you can use grep command to locate your process, and once you get the pid of that process, you can use kill command to kill it. Okay, so here you saw, right, you can use ps minus ef also. So here you will get the PIDs, and once you get the PIDs, you can use kill minus 9, then that particular PID you can give. Okay, fine. Let's move to the next question. What would you use to view contents of a large error log file? So maybe you do check all the error files and all log files and all, right? So people expect you to know how can you check the log file, how can you, if it is a very big file, maybe you need to read last few lines, how you will able to do that, right? So again, this is very important. So what you can do, you can use tell command. For example, last 10 rows you want to read it, you can write tell minus 10, then give the file name. We don't have any proper example now, but what you can do, you can do tell minus 10, then the file name. For example, here ab rename.txt, but it is very, it will give you all the details because it should be a huge file, then you can find the last 10 lines, similarly 100 lines and all you can find, right? Let's move to the next question. How do you log into a remote Unix box? So there will be different Unix boxes, right? You need to log into those machines. So people ask you this question, how do you log in? So you can tell using the telnet server or ssh command. Again, I don't have any proper example for this, but you can use telnet or ssh command to log in into those Unix machines. The next question, how do you start a job on background, right? So bg is the command. You can use command known as bg. Bg is the command you can use to run the job in the background. Okay, you can give something like bg, then percentage 1. So here 1 will be your job id, like job 1 or job 2, something like that, to start a job on the background. Okay, let's move to the next question. How do you know if a remote host is alive or not? This is again very real time question. So you should know if a host is alive or not. How can you check these things, right? So this question is most asked in Unix interviews. So you can check this by using either ping or telnet command. You can just do a simple ping. You can use like this ping, then give that host name. You'll able to ping to that server, or you can use telnet command also. Fine. Let's move to the next question. How do you copy a file from one server to your local system? So this is more of like debugging type things, right? When you have a Unix server and there are some files generated in that, you want to debug those things. First you need to copy that file to your local system. So interviewer usually ask how you will copy those file to your local system. So what you need to do, you, for normal copy you can use cp, but if you are trying to copy from a server, you can use scp. Okay, if you want to copy from server, you can use scp, then minus s. Okay, and then you can log in into your server. You can use ssh command to log into your box. Then you can give your proper folder, like where you want to, your local folder, your local path where you want to keep that file. So you need to use scp command to copy from server to your local system. We'll move to the next question. How to search a word inside a file? So here mainly interview want you to talk about the grep command. Grep is a very popular command to search. So you need to use grep, then whatever the word you are searching for, then the file name, right? So grep, then particular word what you are looking for, then file name. Okay, let's move to the next question. What is chmod command? Okay, chmod command is used to change file or directory access permission and is the most frequently used command in Unix. So according to mode, chmod command changes the permission of each given file. For example, you have a file. So let's see, here we have couple of files, right? I'll do ls minus ltr. So here you can see the permissions of each file or folder. Okay, here you can see. So if I want to change this, for example, I can give something like this chmod, then I can give 777, for example, to this ab rename.txt. Okay, I gave this. Then let's see what are the changes. So what you are seeing here, earlier it was like this rwrr, now it is everywhere rwx rwx rwx. So what it means, so using the chmod command, we allowed everyone to read, write and execute the file. So here we are telling read, write and execute, read, write and execute, read, write and execute. So individual, then the group and everyone can read, write and execute the file. For example, you want to give something like this chmod, and you can give something 400 also. Let's see what is happening. So now I can see read only. So this is only a read only by the owner. So chmod command is mainly used to change the permission of a file or folder. Okay, so that's all about the Unix interview questions. Thank you. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section. I'll try to explain it. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel.